Hello everyone, welcome to another session with me. I'm Sanyukta Saxena and this is the series on the new Tangle Ramble, and we have already drawn a couple of tiles in our previous few sessions, and hope by now you have got a hang of how to draw and how to use the tangle in different ways. Yeah, so today I'll draw another tile, try using Ramble in a little different way, although the basic tangle remains the same, but just to give you an idea of using it in different ways. Yeah, so first I'm going to put a border. This is a Zendala tile, and some of my followers have been asking the size of the tile. It is 4.5 inches in diameter. Yeah, so it is slightly bigger than a regular square tile. So that's my border in place, and now what I'm going to do is probably create an enclosure in between with my ribbon. Drawn the first one and then going to draw another one like this. Yeah, and then going to give it that ribbon kind of effect by drawing the aura like this. Then Tangle Original Rambles, recently added to the list of official tangles. Yeah, so I'm just trying to create a kind of space in between. Have drawn my ribbons in such a fashion that I have an enclosed space there like this. Yeah, now I have an area inside. I'm first going to aura so that whatever I add inside doesn't mingle with my tangle ramble. Slowly add a close aura inside. Again going to do the same thing on the other side also. Yeah, so I've just added an aura. Now it is entirely up to you what do you want to add inside. Yeah, so I'm going to add some drama there and go with a tangle called bunzo. Right, so bunzo is nothing but a series of these C shapes which is inked in pairs. Right, so the basic stroke is the C shape, and then I'm going to ink them in pairs, leaving some gap in between like this. Yeah, so up to you, what do you want to add inside? I'm going with the drama tangle. Even if you go with a simple tangle like Knightsbridge, it will look nice. Yeah, so just an idea. Any tangle which has some bold inking. Right, you can also use a mix of tangles if you want. So the advantage of this tangle is you can maneuver it anyways. It can fill up any kind of a space. So it can change directions anyways. So you don't really have to think how to draw it. You can take it anywhere. Yeah. So I'm just going to grow this tangle randomly, just in any direction, filling up spaces inside. Like this. Yeah. So I'm drawing two C shapes, inking it, again drawing the next pair, inking it. I'm leaving a highlight. If you don't wish to leave a highlight, you can do that. It can be added later with your chalk pencil also, so don't bother about that. Again, taking turns, moving to the other side. You can vary the size. Shape more or less remains same. However, you can maneuver it anyways. Yeah. So that's the fun part. So I'm just going to continue like this, right? Draw small ones, big ones, as per the spaces I have. I'm still continuing in the same fashion, just going wherever my bunzo takes me, just drawing randomly, trying to fill up the spaces and accordingly maneuvering my bunzo according to the spaces I have. The same shape, the C shape, inked in pairs. Again, if you think of tangle genus, it is a drama tangle because of the bold inking, and you can already see how it adds to the look of your tile because of the inked portions. Yeah. So such tangles are called drama tangles. They add instantly to the look of your tile, and it's always nice to include one or two of them whenever you draw a tile. So I think that's about it. That's our bunzo inside the two ribbons. Yeah. Now you have the outside space. Again, I'm going to be adding an aura. Like this. And then the rest of the space, it's up to you. What tangles do you want to use? Yeah. So I will go with a simple tangle called Tortuga. It is a Zentangle original. It is nothing but printums in a square grid. You can add a mingle, you can add bales, you can add any other tangle of your choice. Yeah, feel free. So I'm going to draw a square grid first. Like this. Yeah, the same thing on the other side also. You can always vary the tangles on the two sides. Right, and then I'm going to convert it into a square grid. So one more set of lines. Can be of any size. That's not important. So just draw a square grid. Like this. Yeah. The next thing is to add the tangle Tortuga, which is nothing but these printums inside the square grid. If you want, you can keep changing the direction in which you draw the printums, or you can keep it the same, whichever way you like it. So I'm giving kind of an oval shape to it, right? So that's one more way you can add a variation. Yeah, so this is what I'm doing, drawing printums inside each of these and drawing it in an oval shape like this. So let's take one row, one column at a time. Right? So I'm going to continue like this. Take your time. Wherever there is a need to draw behind, do that. So it's lots of lines. You can draw big ones, you can draw small ones. Since my center is quite bold, I'm drawing pretty fine lines here. Right? So I'm going to continue like this. Now change the direction. Take your time and slowly do that exercise for all. It's pure magic. It's true meditation. Just go with the flow. Draw each of the curls, the curves with equal attention. Enjoy the stroke. See how it culminates, contributes to your finished style. Yeah? So I'm going to continue like this. You take your time, draw at your own pace. No hurry. So I'm continuing with the same exercise on the other side also. Drawing my printums in a square grid and changing directions. The shape is kind of oval. You can also draw the usual round printums. It will look different. Yeah. So take your time, slowly. So if you don't want to add this tangle, you can always go with a whole lot of others. Go with what you feel like. Yeah. A few more left there. Drawing behind wherever required. Sorry. Yeah. So just take your time. Drawing behind there. right? So that's our background. I'm also going to add some nice black pearls. I use that pretty often. It's a nice way to embellish. Yeah. So that's about it. Let us now first shade and then we'll see what more do we want to add. So I have kept the ribbon pretty simple here. I'm going to shade it as it is. Adding graphite where they are overlapping, where there is a turn. Yeah. So just blend. Don't blend too much. Make sure that you leave a highlight. The white space in between is important. So don't blend too much. Yeah. So that's our ribbon. I'm going to do the same on the other. Blending the graphite. Right? So the inside I want it pretty dark. So you have a choice to either go with the same graphite pencil, which I am going to do for the other side. Right? So one side I'm going to add graphite and the other side I'm going to add some watercolor pencil. Yeah, where I want it darker. So this side I've added graphite. I'm just going to blend it. Make sure the ink is dry. So it's bold inking, so if it is wet then it will damage your tile as you blend. So make sure it is dry. Yeah, so that's one part. The other part I'm going to use some watercolor pencil. Again using my gray watercolor pencil here, adding some thick layer to the initial part and then continuing with my pencil. Yeah. So just the top portion, about half, I have used my watercolor pencil and the rest again I have switched to my normal pencil, graphite pencil. Yeah. And then the outside. Again, outside you have a choice to use your normal graphite pencil, or if you want more dark, then you can use your watercolor also. I'm just going with the normal graphite pencil here. Just a simple idea to use your ribbons, that is to enclose something, right? So there are a whole lot of tangles that you could have used here, but this can also be used like a border tangle or something to enclose your tangles. So that was the whole idea of showing you the style. Take your time. As I keep saying, give as much time to shading as you do to tangling. In fact, once you start enjoying shading, you might spend more time on shading than tangling. Yeah, that happens often. So again, I'm going to add thick graphite on the other side also. Right? And then just blend it, pull it away. Small circular strokes. Just blur the graphite. Take it away from the edges. You might also want to add some at the ends. Again, blend it the same way, but keep the center white. We would like to highlight it. Right? So I'm talking about this section. This should be white. Don't make the entire thing gray. Same thing on the other side. Adding graphite at the edges. So Tortuga is a nice filler tangle. You can also use it as one of the primary tangles on your tile, but it has a nice texture to it, so can be very well used as a texturing a background tangle. Yeah, and now I'm going to use my brush and just take the watercolor away from the one corner. Just keep it dark but blend it a little like this. Yeah, as if there is a dip there. Some bit of pencil, extra pencil there. Right, now comes the chalk. So last but not the least, your chalk pencil to highlight the center. Use a different blender and soften the chalk. Even it out. Yeah, and the same thing on the two sides. In the center where there is no graphite, you can very comfortably add some chalk. Again, even it out. Make sure it is not patchy. If you have a jelly roll handy, just touch it on your pearls, especially where you have left the white, the highlight. Yeah. If you want to redo it, since they got lost under the chalk, you can always do that. Yeah. I'm going to redo this line, the outer aura. Always a good idea to revisit some lines after you complete your shading. And same on the other side. Yeah. If you want, you can add something to your ribbons also, but that's entirely up to you. Yeah. If you want, you can add something like this. So I'm adding an orb, adding a little weight on one side of the orb. So it looks like a hollow. Yeah. But these are optional things. You may not do it. Yes, it will add a little to your Tangle Rambles. A little weight on one side of the orb. Yeah. So I'll do that on the other also. Redoing some of the lines, retouching. Take your time. Slowly do that exercise throughout. That's about it, right? So I'm not going to add anything else. Let us close our tile here. Put in your chop, don't forget to do that. So I shall see you again with one last session on the Tangle Rambles. Hope you got a knack of the tangle, how to draw it, how to use it. Yeah. So see you again. Bye-bye.